Buongiorno a tutti, oggi parleremo nuovamente di Cipro, di società, di tassazione, di residenza, ma lo faremo in un modo diverso. Non sarò io a parlarvi di Cipro questa volta, ma sarà il mio collega nonché carissimo amico Angelo, che è dottore commercialista in Cipro, con cui io collaboro da moltissimi anni e ci spiegherà lui direttamente quali sono le informazioni basilari da conoscere sulla tassazione in Cipro, come funzionano le società, come funziona la residenza. Lo intervisterò, gli farò le domande più comuni che mi vengono fatte dai clienti quando faccio le consulenze o quando rispondo alle richieste di informazioni. La solita raccomandazione prima di collegarci con Angelo: iscriviti a questo canale per farlo crescere, farlo diventare sempre più bello e darci la possibilità di pubblicare nuovi contenuti, e clicca mi piace se ti piace questo video e se ti piacciono i contenuti che pubblichiamo. Ma adesso, bando alle ciance, ci colleghiamo con Angelo e parliamo di fiscalità a Cipro. We can start. Okay, it's a pleasure to host you in this video, Angelo, and I want to explore with you the information about the Cyprus companies. And the first question is, what type of company is usually formed in Cyprus? So I know it's an LTD, basically, similar to UK company.
Yes. So the main company that's registered in Cyprus is the LTD. An LTD must have one director, one shareholder, and one secretary, and a separate registered address. The minimum shares is usually 1,000 share capital. You're allowed to have 100, but we recommend 1,000. The share capital is not mandatory to be paid. This could be pending and show that the shareholder owes this money to the company. The director, it's wise to have the manager. Not wise to become a tax resident company. The management control must be based in Cyprus. So this means that the director, the secretary must be Cyprus residents. However, there's a new law that came about 2 years ago that says if you have a non-resident director, for example, Italy, and if you have the majority directors in Cyprus, so another 2 directors that are separate, this is allowable, and it applies with the management control in Cyprus.
Okay.
It's also good to consider if it's a trading company, and we're talking about very big companies, sometimes it's good to have maybe one employee in Cyprus. This could be a European individual from Italy or even a Cipro individual. So this is roughly an LTD company. Its maximum shareholders is up to 50. This is rare cases where we have more than 50.
It's very flexible. You can do
Yes, it's very flexible, yes, but the minimum is one shareholder, and the shareholder can be anyone. Individual Cyprus, individual from Italy. It can be a company, non-Cypriot or Cypriot.
It is possible to have also a nominee director, so a sort of trustship, so the administration is possible to
Yes, of course. So if the client does not have a partnership or someone that can be a director themselves in Cyprus, we can provide them a nominee director. The nominee director is just the director acts on behalf of the UBO, the beneficial owner. Of course, there will be indemnity and trust declarations in place. So the director, theoretically, in Cyprus would not have any liability since the company is not 100% his. But yes, this is also available through our associates, the nominee directorship.
Okay, so the name of the beneficial owner can be protected, okay, with this form of administration.
Yes,
It's not public. It's not public. It's just it's not written in the registry, in the public registry.
The beneficial owner, he won't be shown as a shareholder, so we'll provide a nominee shareholder as well.
Okay.
But there's a UBO registry now in Cyprus where we state who the UBO is, and this is for the government purposes, and it's not publicly available.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Of course, it's possible to open a bank account. We know that the bank account is for foreign people. Okay. Open a bank account is not easy in the European Union, also in the European Union. But I know in Cyprus it's possible to open a bank account. So it's not like easy. So I can't go to the bank and say, hello, I want to open a bank account. Okay. You have to make a procedure, but it's possible to open a bank account.
Of course. The bank account is the most difficult part, I would say, of the procedure. However, if we have everything in place, example, you have company agreements, the Cyprus company agreements with its counterparties. If we have the KYC, so the passport, the CV, the proof of funds, and everything is clear to the bank, there's no issues at all. So we have a good success rate on bank opening. It's just having the right document from the client.
Okay, so what are the taxation? So for profits and dividends in Cyprus, is there? I think it's more simple than Malta, for as instance. In Malta, the refund is there's not any kind of taxation in Cyprus.
We don't have the scheme that Malta has, that you pay less and you get the refund after. In Cyprus, the net profit of a company is taxed 12.5%. However, we have different schemes. So if you have an intellectual property business and you have royalty income, we're allowed to apply for 80% deduction of the net profit. So your tax would be 2.5%.
Okay.
We have other incentives such as sales of shares, capital gains, sales of securities. This is taxed at 0%. It's tax exempt. So it depends on what company you will be.
Okay.
Yes, it depends on the source of income, but in general, the trading income is taxed at 12.5%, the net profit.
Okay, and what about the dividends?
The dividends, if you're not a resident in Cyprus, you're tax exempt from dividends.
Okay.
If an individual wants to move to Cyprus and was not born here and did not stay here for 20 years, he's allowed to apply for the non-domicile status. This means that you're exempt from special defense tax, which means you're exempt from dividend tax.
Okay. So this is the last question I want to make because it's a complicated argument, so we need a lot of time, but okay. What about the personal residence? So if someone wants to move to Cyprus and become a personal residence, how it works?
There's two ways to do this. You either stay in Cyprus for 183 days or you stay in Cyprus for 60 days. But the 60-day rule, there's certain criteria. You cannot stay in another country over 183 days.
Yes.
So if you have all the criteria in place for the 60-day rule, you become a Cyprus tax resident. This means all your income, your worldwide income as an individual is taxed in Cyprus. And this is when we say to the client, okay, you're allowed the non-domicile status as well, so let's apply for this as well. And this means you're exempt from special defense tax. Special defense tax in Cyprus is 17%. If you're non-domicile status, you're exempt from this tax.
So if you are not domiciled, you don't pay taxes on income?
You don't pay special defense tax on your dividends.
On the dividends, okay.
Dividends, yes, but income tax, you're taxed normally as a Cyprus resident.
Exactly, it's less than Italy. So what is the medium percentage?
First, the 19,500 is tax-free.
Okay.
And then anything above this is taxed at 20%. And then you have a scale where it goes 20, 25, 30, 35%.
Okay. It's good. So I think it's an advantage. You are very clear as well. So
it's pretty straightforward, actually. So everything's clear. It's pretty straightforward. So if anyone is interested, we can provide them more detailed answers.
Okay, so Angelo, thank you very much for your time, and maybe we can make another video like this. It was very, it was a pleasure. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye, Angelo. Bye bye.